I wanted to look at the Soulbind calculator. So it's been on Wowhead for a while, but they kind of have almost all of the traits in now for Soulbinds. Almost all the traits, except the class ones. So all these like spell not found changes are all the class ones. They are not in yet. But man, these Soulbinds are imbalanced really bad. What's going on, Andy? Chat change. I need to speed up for. Yeah, I mean that's gonna happen. They just don't want you to use potions. I guess I don't know. As a tank, it sucks. I can see it. You're just like, I'm gonna need a speed pot to group this pull up and pull it, and I can't pot this pull, or the pull before that, or the pull before that. I need to wait and hold it. That just sucks. I don't know. They probably just did not think about it, I guess. But okay, let's look at Venthyr, right? Venthyr. Theotar the Mad Duke. What do you? So this is a choice, right? Door of Shadows, the teleport that you can get from Venthyr, either frees you from roots and snares or is instant cast, but the cooldown's increased. Instant cast teleport, dude? What? That's insane. What is that? I'm gonna take that literally every time. That's so good. Would it be okay if they put pots on separate genres for the... Yeah, that'd be good. Personally, what I think is that I think the best take is that they shouldn't make any more DPS potions. Right? DPS potions should be a thing of the past, and all potions should be utility potions. They just do something else. So everyone has to suffer from this. Like tanks have like Lightfoot for grouping things up, or like there's like maybe like a disease dispel pot, just like different pots. They're all utility. That'd be way better. Like having the DPS pots tied to this is weird, because now like you kind of want to change your route and like pull like every 5 minutes. Everyone has their pots and all their cooldowns. We're pulling this giant pull. You have to do that. It just feels weird. I mean, we don't know what the pots are going to look like yet. Maybe this will make it so that like DPS pots are like really overpowered. I don't know. But like as it stands now, it's like DPS pots kind of feel bad. 5-minute cooldown. Like if you had like an invis pot, a speed pot, and like you have like avalanche potion or whatever, and then maybe like a stun dispel potion, and they're all like 5-minute cooldown, be kind of a choice there. It's a little bit more interesting, but as it stands now with the change, if you look at it from just face value for BFA, if this went live right now, it just fucks over tanks more than anyone else. It sucks. But back to this. So here you have a choice. You can choose Refined Palette. The effect of combat potions lasts 10 to 100% longer. Okay. Your spells and abilities have a chance to call these guys to your side for 12 seconds. Parasol and Sand in hand. Standing in the shaded area grants you 10% mastery. Okay. Or grant a shield that absorbs 800 damage to allies who aid you with healing or beneficial magic effects. You only shield each ally once every 20 seconds. This seems insane. Potentially getting 100% longer combat. Imagine if this hit a Lightfoot potion. You're Lightfooted for like 24 seconds, just flying around or whatever, or like 16 seconds. That's I don't know. I think it's pretty good. Or like your like proximity potion is like 50 seconds long. Yeah, that seems pretty good. I don't I don't know, man. Okay. And you have, I think these ones don't affect your throughput or anything. These are just like nice benefits. But one of them is removes the cost of transmog. So I kind of want that. But the gem here, the best thing about this tree is his last one. When you would suffer lethal damage, instead gain peculiar perspective, preventing all damage dealt to you and healing you for 50% of the amount prevented for 4 seconds. You may only benefit from this effect once every 8 minutes. Like what the? You can get this as any class, by the way. So literally everyone can get a cheat death. This seems absurdly good. And the thing is also like, it's just like a super ridiculous cheat death. Because not only do you cheat, you also just heal to like full health because of it too. Man, I don't know. This seems like super imbalanced. Can I link the page? Yeah, this is just a Soulbind calculator that Wowhead has. But this is also a Venthyr guy. This seems like the best Venthyr guy. You go to this lady, she has Door of Shadow disorients all enemies near you when you use it or when you appear. It's okay. Door of Shadow increases your movement speed by 80%. See, that's not bad. That's pretty useful too. You loot 20%. Okay, that's not useful at all. All right. The benefits of well-fed, flask, and weapon enchant effects are increased by 15%. Dude, panda buff right there. Pandaren racial. You can double dip, dude. The 100% on top of the 15%. That seems pretty good. The duration of incoming snare or incoming interrupt, snare, and root effects are reduced by 25%. That seems like a PvP thing. All right. And the first enemy you damage in combat is marked as your adversary. You deal 4% more damage to them, and they deal 2% less damage to you. You may only have one adversary at a time. That's really good for bosses. And then the keystone or whatever, the keystone buff here for this guy is, while in combat, you gain a stack of Thrill Seeker every 2 seconds or 4 stacks on killing enemy. At 40 stacks, Thrill Seeker is consumed to grant you Euphoria, speeding up everything you do by 20% for 10 seconds. It decays rapidly while you are not in combat. So if you're like in a melee cleave group next expansion in Mythic Plus and you're just constantly chain pulling, this seems pretty fucking crazy, man. Yeah. Okay. And the last Venthyr guy you can choose. Earning Anima improves your armor's remaining durability. All right, not very useful. Leaving a rested area increases your mount speed by 10% and your out of combat regen by 100%. It's kind of useful, I guess. Successfully interrupting an enemy or dispelling an ally increases your critical strike chance by 10% for 10 seconds. This may only occur once every 30 seconds. Okay. Kind of useful. While you are above 80% health, you gain 1%, whatever the hell that's supposed to be, every 3 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. If you fall below 50% health, this effect is lost. I don't know what it's very important what that effect is. I have no idea what it's supposed to be. It's $pry, so I don't know. Standing still for at least 4 seconds grants you 10% increased stamina and 4% increased healing done. This effect persists for 4 seconds after you start moving. So, okay. So basically, you have to choose between one of these 3 options every time. So this is a choice. It's like the order hall upgrades. You kind of have to choose, right? And these like spell not found ones are all just going to be like class buffs, but they aren't in the game yet. So, Enduring Gloom, Door of Shadows grants you a shield that absorbs damage equal to 15% of your maximum health. Lasts 8 seconds. Okay. When a nearby ally gains temporary increased movement speed, you also gain the benefit up to 30%. I'm wondering for Windwalker if this works for Windwalking, the aura, because when you move out of range, it's like a temporary effect where it gives them 10% move speed. So I'm not actually sure if it'll work or not. But it will work on Tiger's Lust, which is pretty cool, I guess. This would be really good with Druid. Stampeding Roar. You would go really fast. And then the keystone for this guy is activating your Venthyr class ability grants 10% versatility to you and 4% versatility to up to 4 nearby allies. That's 10 seconds. But to me, in my opinion, none of these are as good as the Cheat Death. That is like absurdly good. And I think right now for Mythic Plus, you're probably going to pick Venthyr. It's just super strong right now. The teleport is teleport is potentially super useful. So, but let's go back up to Kyrian, Forge Light, Prime, whatever this guy is. Your File of Serenity, which is like your Kyrian ability that you get, the Covenant ability, also knocks nearby enemies away from you. Okay. When reduced below 35% health, your File of Serenity automatically heals you and consumes a charge. This is like a PvP thing. Or if you're like stunned, it's useful, but other than that, it's not good. And then nothing, and then this choice here, when reduced below 35% health, you stun nearby enemies for 3 seconds. This effect may only occur once every 5 minutes. May be useful for tanks, potentially. All right. Damaging a new enemy grants you 2% haste for 10 seconds. Stack up to 5 stacks. So basically, it's like good for Mythic Plus. If you hit like 5 targets right at the start of the pull, you get a bunch of haste. Okay. After 5 seconds of standing still, incoming stun and incapacitate durations are reduced by 30%. Lasts up for 5 seconds once you start moving. This seems really good for Mythic Plus, or not for Mythic Plus, for PvP. If you're already an Orc, you get stunned for like, you don't even get stunned, right? You have 25% on top of 30% on top of the relentless, whatever you take, the 25, or I think it's 20% reduced. You just don't get stunned, man. Doesn't affect you. You don't care. Okay. And then down here, casting or receiving healing has a chance to improve the remaining durability on your armor. Okay. Fall damage decreased by 20%, and after falling, damage you take is reduced by 20% for 15 seconds. Okay. I wonder if this works if you like jump and then use Willing Dragon Punch and you take fall damage. I wonder if that would work, dude. That'd be sick. Just a 20% DR all the time? Hell yeah, dude. And then this guy's thing is, after using 120 spells and abilities, your next spell or ability summons Brawn, who attacks and heals your targets. We have no idea what he does. Maybe he does a lot of damage. Who knows? Relentless and Orc racial don't stack anymore, pretty sure. Oh, I don't do PvP. All I know is that everyone that plays Orc, everyone that does like PvP high end does Orc, so I don't know. All right, what's this guy do? Vial of Serenity renders you immune to curse, disease, poison, and bleed effects for 15 seconds. That seems really good. That's really useful. It's basically a dwarf racial, but it doesn't affect magic effects, which is kind of poop. But other than that, it's really good. While above 90% health, you increase nearby party members' health by 5%. Does that come to existing effects then? I would assume so. It says it renders you immune, so I would hope so. When receiving healing or healing an ally, 5% of the healing is repeated on the target over 15 seconds. Dude, that seems insane. Like as a brewmaster monk, that seems crazy, dude. What is that? Because wouldn't this like just infinitely loop on a brewmaster? You would heal them, and then 5% of that healing is repeated on them, and then 5% of that healing is repeated on them, and then 5% of that healing is repeated on them. Because you constantly just proc Celestial Fortune off it. There's no way that works, right? That'd be absurd. That'd be so good. You just like constantly repeat. You just have a constant heal as a brewmaster over time. Just all over. That'd be crazy. Okay. Your damaging spells and abilities have a chance to increase your target's movement speed by 30% for 20 seconds. What? Why is this on the same row? It doesn't even... What? What is the point of this spell? That's so useless. What does it even do? What? Okay. Critical strike is increased by 1% for every nearby enemy or ally, up to 5%. Okay. I just don't understand why you would ever pick this. Like, ever. Unless for some reason I'm misunderstanding and you can get all of these benefits. But from what I understand, you can only get one of the 3. So if you only get one of the 3, why the fuck would you take this? Like, it would have to be like this one, like this, whatever this class one would be, it would have to be crazy good, right? To be worth it. And then this one's not found, and then after 5 seconds out of combat, gain a shield for 10% of your health, lasting for 30 seconds. Okay. While above 90% health, your mounted and movement speed is increased by 10%. Alright, yes. And then their thing is, you and your nearby allies' critical strikes grant you stacks of Valiant Strikes, up to 40. At 40 stacks, you heal nearby allies for 5% of their maximum health over 10 seconds. That could potentially be strong if you have a lot of people that are, I feel like you're doing big pulls and there's a ton of crits happening, maybe, but I think 5% is too little for this. When you're comparing it to like, you know, cheat death, like That'll be super good. All right, last guy for Kyrian. Let go of the past. Using a spell or ability increases your versatility by 1% for 10 seconds. Using another spell or ability increases this amount by 1% when it is not the repeat of the previous spell or ability, stacking to 5. So this is literally hit combo, but for all classes. But we don't know just yet if you do repeat a spell, it doesn't say that it drops the buff. So I'm assuming it doesn't. So it's literally just better hit combo, right? Because it gives you versatility instead of just damage. So you're doing 5% more damage anyway, but then you're also getting 2.5% DR. Better. Additionally, it doesn't drop when you make a mistake, so it's just better. So this seems like kind of a weird thing to put there. All right. File of Trinity heals you for an additional 35% health, but all of its healing is done over 10 seconds. Oh. That's pretty good for Brewmaster. It's all you want is hots. You don't really care about a big heal. That seems pretty strong. Defeating an enemy lowers the cooldown on your File of Trinity by 1 second. Oh, okay. Defeating an enemy reduces the cooldown on your Stewart's non-file services by 1 second. Okay. Defeating an enemy grants you 10% movement speed for 20 seconds. This effect is increased if defeating a powerful enemy. Probably just doubled, I guess. Plagos apparently sends you crafting materials, increasing for every dungeon, raid, battleground, arena, and quest completed while soulbound. What? 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 Does that mean I want to so the character that I want to like make my crafter, I just farm dungeons, and then I could just get a bunch of stuff? Seems pretty nice. Activating your Curing class ability increases your mastery by 5% for 20 seconds and occasionally expels sorrowful memories. What the fuck? Walking through sorrowful memories extends its effect by 3 seconds. So if you don't know, the monk Curing class ability already increases your mastery by 15%, so basically you just get 5% more mastery. Okay. Seems good. Honestly, unless you need Venthyr for skips as Brewmaster, I feel like you'd probably take Kyrian, right? Some of the you get more benefit out of the healing taken or healing done things than other classes do. I don't know which one of these you would take, but maybe this one? This one seems pretty useful. Could also be this guy though. I don't know how useful this effect's going to be in Mythic Plus, the immune to curse and all that stuff. If it's actually like, if there's a lot of curses and stuff, this might actually be pretty crazy, but yeah, I don't know. Guess we'll see. All right, Necrolord. Bonesmith Hermir. Inflict 485 shadow damage to your attacker over 5 seconds when hit and melee range. Okay. Defeating an enemy reduces Fleshcraft's cooldown by 1 second. Okay. Defeating an enemy restores 1% of your maximum health after 3 seconds, stacks to 5. Okay. So it's like good. It's like vampiric speed without the speed part. Okay. Damaging or healing a target below 35% grants you 25% move speed for 5 seconds. May only occur once per minute. After landing 10 crits, you gain 20% increased critical strike for 10 seconds. May only occur once per minute. Okay. Mounted move speed is increased by 5% if attacked while mounted. Mounted move speed increased by additional 10% for 30 seconds. Oh, if you're attacked, you get it. Okay. Okay, that's not really useful, mainly. You gain mining materials when completing... Okay, whatever. I don't know what that is. The Great Vault. I don't know what that is. Upon death, your armor continues to fight, allowing you to fight for 10 additional seconds. During this time, your damage and healing is reduced by 50%, and you cannot receive healing. So basically, this one is just a worse version of the cheat death, essentially. But I guess this effect says... I mean, this effect doesn't say it has a cooldown, so maybe you can just, like, constantly get rezzed. You could just be a tank and just be a Mythic Plus, just like, all right, guys, I'm gonna die this pull, but don't worry about it. It's fine. And then you die, and then you live for 10 more seconds. Okay. That seems pretty good. If it doesn't have a cooldown, it's pretty crazy. When you use your Necklord class ability or spell, gain a stack of this guy's magnificent skin, stacking 4 times. Using Fleshcraft consumes his skin to increase your max health by 5% per stack for 2 minutes. Yeah. Flashback to Shakib Constantine. Yeah, I remember that, dude. I remember watching Shakib do Black Rookhold. Just be like, all right, guys, real quick. I'm going to die real quick. All right, res. After taking falling damage, the health loss becomes a shield lasting 15 seconds. What, dude? That sounds sick. If it was only a class that could take purposeful fall damage, that'd be sick. You may attune your Hearth Kidney Stone to any resting location and return to it. 24-hour cooldown reduced by 5 minutes per every killing blow. Okay. Movement speed increased by 2% for every nearby enemy up to 10%. Gain 1% haste for 20 seconds after defeating an enemy up to 5%. It's like all these non-class soulbinds are just so generic and boring, right? It's like Azurite traits. It's like the tier 2 Azurite traits all over again, or tier 3, whatever it is, like the generic ones. It's the same fucking thing. It's like you gain haste when you do this, or you have a random damage proc. Like who cares? It's so boring. When reduced by below 20% health, you fear nearby enemies for 3 seconds. Okay, what does this guy do? Each enemy you defeat grants you 1 stack of Rune Scribe Bone, reducing damage taken by 1% for 30 seconds. At 5 stacks, your Soulbind traits are empowered for 30 seconds. Okay. The skin one, releasing stacks deals damage to nearby enemies increased by 1% per stack. What? The legs one, the shield amount is doubled. Oh my god, dude. Can you imagine some like weird shit where like you're able to take fall damage on purpose and you like plan it out so you take like 99% of your health in fall damage and then you get like a shield for 180% of your health? Oh my god, that'd be sick. Not very useful most of the time, but sick. Hearth's Kidney Stone, cooldown reduction doubled. Movement speed granted from Gristle increased by 3% up to 25%. This thing is doubled, so you get 10% haste. Fear is increased by 2 seconds. I don't know, man. It's just so boring, right? I think the class ones need to be like super cool. But the thing is, like, they're not going to be that cool, right? Because they're class ones. They're not spec based. They're just like, hey, every class has this ability, so this soulbind's gonna buff it by like 5%. And you're like, wow, that's super cool. Using Fleshcraft with nearby corpses derives a benefit from the corpse, differing based on the creature's type. I have no idea what that means. Okay. While standing still, you slowly build stacks of Bloop's Wanderlust. At 10 stacks, your movement speed is increased by 10% for 2 minutes. Okay. It's like all these ones are the same. They feel like they're the same spell. It's just worded a little bit differently. When reduced below 50% health, Oz courses over you, granting you a shield for 10% of your max health for 20 seconds. This is really boring, but also very good. I feel like all these absorb shield ones are going to be really good for Brewmaster. Like really good for Brewmaster. Because they get so much more benefit out of absorb shields. So, and then like the Necrolord ability gives you an absorb shield. So like Brewmaster has to go Necrolord, right? Like it seems so good for them. Just like here's a shield for like your entire health bar. Here you go. And you're like, as a Brewmaster, you're like, oh my god, yes. It's also 3 times my health. It's crazy, man. Your first attack or spell cast on an enemy increases your damage done to them by 10% for 5 seconds. Doesn't occur if Plaguey is busy preemptively striking at a target. What the fuck does that second part even mean, man? What does that mean? I don't understand what that means. Doesn't occur if he's busy hitting another target? So, like, you can't chain pull with this? So like if he's already, maybe it's like if you already have the buff, you can't get the buff on another target. Oh man, that seems kind of dumb. All right. Allows opening of locks that require up to 600 skill. What? Dude, we can do Toldegor. Yeah, it's just in time for Toldegor. You just do Toldegor. Be a Necrolord. You can just do Toldegor. You're a rogue. Oh man, sick. Every second spent channeling Fleshcraft reduces its cooldown by 1 hour. It has a cooldown? What? It doesn't say it has a cooldown? Are you kidding me? What? What? Okay. Defeating enemies has a chance to deploy your Plagueborn Cleansing Slime, which improves the remaining durability on your armor. Who cares? What is the point of this? Who's like, man, I can't wait to have more durability on my armor. Those repair costs are getting pretty costly. What's this ability do? Fleshcraft renders you immune to crowd control. Okay, that's pretty useful, I guess. It seems pretty good in Mythic and in PvP. Okay. Night Fae, last one here. When Soul Shape ends, you increase the movement speed of nearby allies by 15% for 15 seconds. Okay. When at least 2 allies are within 8 yards, your versatility is increased by 5% for 5 seconds. When this expires, 2 nearby allies gain this bonus for 5 seconds before passing it back to you. That seems crazy good. What? Here, guys, here's 5% like how would this scale? Like, I wonder how this works if everyone in the party has this. You just have like your entire party just has like 15% more versatility all the time because of this. That seems a little bit overtuned. I don't. But it's like the thing is, it's overtuned, but it's also just like conceptually broken. Because like the only way to change this to make it balanced is just like nerf it to like 2% or something or 1%, and then at that point it's so pointless. Who cares? When your root stuns and incapacitating class effects end, your target's move speed is reduced by 90%, decaying rapidly over 2 seconds. Man, this sounds really annoying for PvP. Imagine you get stunned with leg sweep, and you're like, all right, dude, I'm gonna move now. And you're like, can't move. Like, this seems absurdly broken for Windwalker in PvP. What? Like, what? What? It seems so dumb. Because you get leg swept, right? And then you get unstunned, and then you're slowed by 90%, right? And then he like disables you, and then it roots you again, and then you get slowed again. And they get rooted again. He just kind of spam disable on you, and it'll just keep rooting you, and you're like, okay, I can't move. I literally can't move. Like, what? This seems so stupid. There's got to be an internal cooldown. There needs to be one. Otherwise, you're literally just rooted against Windwalker in PvP. You can't move. Okay. What's this one do? 10% of your overhealing received or done remains as a shield on the target up to 50% of the caster's health lasting 5 seconds. What? What the hell, dude? This is OP. Anytime that you can turn overhealing into a positive thing, it's always broken, right? It's always way too good. I mean, this is just good for every tank. Yeah, it's healing received or done. It's just broken on every tank. Blood Decay just has 10%, or like, Blood Decay just has 15% more health as a result of this. Okay. As a healer, you kind of just have to take this, right? As a healer for raiding, you just have to take this one. It's too good. Okay. When falling further than 20 yards, fairy dust slows your fall. So basically, this just says that you literally can't die to fall damage. Okay, that's nice, I guess. Every 1 hour spent in a rest area grants you increased gold from the next world quest you complete. Man, I'm gonna pick this on all of my 300 alts, dude. Yes. Log in once per day, every 5 hours to do one gold world quest. I'm gonna make millions. Millions, dude. Just have 300 alts, right? You all put them in a rest area, and then every 5 hours, you just log on to every single one of those alts. You do one gold world quest. You're raking in the cash. What? That seems crazy good, man. Pod Tender. When you would take damage that would kill you, instead, rejuvenate within a pod, regaining 30% of your HP over 10 seconds. If the pod takes more than 10,000 damage during this time, you die. This effect may only occur once every 30 minutes. 30? 30 minutes? When this guy's 8 minutes? Okay, dude. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Soul Shape increases the movement speed of allies within 4 yards by 10%. So it's literally just wind walking, but better. Okay. While out of combat, your Soul Shape teleport becomes a charge, stunning your target for 2 seconds and ending your Soul Shape. Oh. That's actually that one's really good. I would take that. Just a stun. Nice. When in front of your target, your spells and abilities increase the damage they inflict on you by 2% for 3 seconds. Wait, what? Oh, decrease the damage. Okay. So this is like the tank choice, right? I mean, you wouldn't take this as like a healer or anything, right? I mean, maybe you would, but I don't know. Damaging an enemy before they damage you increases your crit strike chance by 10% for 10 seconds. Okay. After 5 seconds standing still, you take 10% less physical damage until you move. Okay. Your weapon takes no durability damage. Wow. Okay. Your mount. This is actually like. This would only be really useful as like a prot warrior when your shield is breaking all the time. It's nice, man. Your mount move speed is increased by 3%. Allies behind you within 4 yards gain some benefit. Okay. All right. What's this benefit here? Your healing and damage to targets below 35% health is increased by 3%. When an ally dies, this benefit is increased by 500% for 30 seconds. This enhancement may only occur once every 5 minutes. What? Okay. So as a warrior, I would love to have this because I could just execute and own. So basically, I like when the boss gets 20%, I'm like, all right, someone in the raid needs to die right now. I need you to die immediately. I'm going to execute, and then they die, and then I execute, and the boss dies. But I'm pretty sure you wouldn't pick Night Fae as warrior anyway, so there you go. There's a trade-off. Because your Night Fae ability is pretty bad. Okay, what's this guy do? When Soul Shape ends, you are concealed until you move. Wait, what? Wait. Wait. Is this Shadow Meld, dude? Wait. Wait. Is this Shadow Meld, dude? Can I just meld? Is this literally Shadow Meld? Oh my god, what? They did it. They gave everyone Shadow Meld, dude. Because Soul Shape makes you go fast. So now you just like speed pot, and then you Soul Shape, and then you end, then you have a macro, right? That cancels Soul Shape, and then you just meld. Right? You're just like, all right, guys, have your macros ready. All right, speed pot, run to the end of this hallway. All right, meld. All right, Soul Shape, cancel. All right, we're good. What? That seems insane. You can't speed pot anymore with 5 minute cooldown. You could still speed pot in higher keys. Like for MDI level keys, you would still speed pot. Because for speed pot, like for those keys, speed pot is super important. But what? You literally can just meld. Okay, that seems really good. What's the second option? Defeating an enemy reduces its cooldown by 1 second. Oh my god, so close. Not really though. All right. Nia's tools, burrs. Your damaging attacks and spells have a chance to toss Nia's burrs on your target. All right, a random damage proc. I'm liking this. This is good. Yes, all right. The burrs latch onto the first enemy to cross them, reducing movement speed by 20% and inflicting 9 nature damage over 6 seconds. I love random damage procs. Yes, all right. This is good. All right, what's this one? Your interrupts apply Nira's paralytic poison to your target, dealing damage over 30 seconds. Targets with their poison on them take an additional damage if interrupted once more. Wait, how does that work? It's like, do I have to interrupt them to get the benefit of that, or does like if it's just interrupted at all, does it just work? Meaning like if I say like the caster obelisk guy, right? Say I interrupt him and apply this poison. If the person after me interrupts, does it also just does it do the damage, or do I need to kick again? It also doesn't say. It also doesn't say that it removes the poison. So I'm assuming if you just interrupt, it applies his poison, and then like you just do a lot of damage. So seems pretty strong. I know it's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. Like for some mobs that just constantly cast back to back to back, this would be absurd. Like this, what's this lady's name? Naya? Naya seems like the mythic plus choice, right? If you don't need the teleport for Venthyr, this is like the mythic plus Soulbind. You have Shadow Meld and you have Giga Interrupt damage. Like what? I don't know. It seems kind of imbalanced. So basically, if your Night Fae ability sucks, good luck, I guess. Your helpful spells have a chance to apply Naya's invigorating herbs. Increases the target's haste by 0 for 20 seconds. Wow, okay. Yeah, this just seems crazy. Imagine you had 5 people with this and they all applied their own poison. And you did like, I don't know. What's a mob that constantly casts? I'm probably logged out now, right? What's a mob that constantly casts in Mythic Plus right now? I can't think of it off the top of my head. I know there's some that do. I can't think of them. I don't know, man. It seems crazy. Oh yeah. Oh, it doesn't work. I'll say Shadow Azul, but you can't interrupt him. So it'd be really good on the witch doctors in King's Rest. That one just seems crazy. I don't know. That's probably gonna get nerfed, right? There's no way. That shit is crazy. Because like any mob that you can interrupt, you'll just focus that one mob, you'll interrupt it, and it'll just fucking die. Every time it casts, it'll just die because it'll get interrupted and just take a ton of damage. And then you have Meld. All right, what else could she possibly have? Like even just these 2 things, I'm like, all right, I'm in. She's super good. Care package. Nia periodically sends you herbs to aid you when you complete. Okay, that doesn't matter. Movement speed increased by 20% for 2 minutes after defeating enemy. Combat cancels this effect. That's I mean, I guess it's good. All right, what's the last one here? When you use your Night Fight class ability or spell, gain 10% mastery, slowly fading over 5 minutes. 5 minutes? What? I thought I was gonna say 5 seconds. Jesus, okay. So you just get 10% more mastery all the time. Because like I don't think there's like no Night Phase spell that lasts. The cooldown is like longer than 5 minutes. So basically, you just have 10% mastery at least all the time. This seems like the best one. Like out of all the ones I've looked at, for Mythic Plus at least, this seems insane. And this highlights a problem with this system, is that this seems insanely good for Mythic Plus, right? But for rating, I'd want to be this. Because I want cheat death. It seems so good. I don't know, man. It's a weird choice. Well, to me, it also just seems like if they don't nerf Shadow Meld, Alliance just have this huge inherent advantage in Mythic Plus, right? Because they don't need Shadow Meld. They don't need two Shadow Melds, right? You don't need two Shadow Melds as a Night Elf. It's like just having the ability to have one of them is good enough, I would think. But then as a Night Elf, you could just go this guy, and then you just have cheat death. So you're just tankier, and you're not going to die to anything. That just seems way better. I don't know, man. So that's all the Soulbinds right now. We don't know any of the class stuff yet, but what do you guys think? For me, the Necrolord ones are the most underwhelming. Necrolord seems like the worst one, even with the Soulbinds. It's like, ugh. Night Phase seems really strong. Venthyr seems pretty good, and then Kyrian has like one that seems okay.